So peaceful this morning here at Milton Common, celebrating the start of another month of sunrises. So we've made it to the 1st of May. It really feels the beginning of summer now. Everything is waking up. Everything is celebrating its life and fertility of the earth, new life. Birds busy and loud, making their nests, making their babies, animals making their babies, people making their new beginnings, whatever that might be, whatever they want to become fertile in their lives. This sunrise is a spell for that. We're back at Milton Common on the 2nd of May, feeling maybe a little bit ill. I'm hoping to get back to sleep for an hour before the builder next door arrives. It's sunrise on May the 3rd. It's May the 4th be with you. Sorry. So yeah, the days are getting earlier and I'm feeling it. Starting to get up at 5 now. I don't usually put the radio on in the morning, I usually keep the peace, but for some reason I did this morning and caught the end of the World Service, BBC World Service, and the full shipping forecast. And I don't think I've ever listened to the full shipping forecast that lasted at least 13 minutes. That's quite a long time. And it became quite meditative and yeah, just I almost didn't want it to finish. I can recommend it. It's quite soothing. Anyway, here is the sunrise today. There's quite an eerie whistling wind through the boats, I suppose, and through some of the buildings here. So many shells on this beach. It's the 5th of May. Getting up at 5. In a month or so, I'm going to be getting up at 4. I don't think we're going to see the sun today, but for some strange reason, I feel quite excited coming here. Yeah, why is that? Because I didn't get a lot of sleep. I've got work all day today, work all day tomorrow. Why would I be excited getting up at shortly after 5 to come out to look at a cloudy sky? I think there is something about the very early morning that is hooking me in. I think it was partly, what's it going to be like? I started singing in my head the first line of that Julie Andrews song from The Sound of Music. I'm not going to sing it to you because it's not going to sound good. But the words are, what will this day be like? I wonder. The crack in the cloud is very high and I will be back home by the time it reaches that, if it reaches it. Good morning, it's the 6th of May and I'm at Catherington. Wow, it's foggy. I wasn't expecting that. It's not what the forecast said. Hello, little one. And how is that for a nettle patch? Now you're talking. I look at that and I think, delicious, delicious soup. Wow, I haven't brought any bags with me to collect any. Beautiful. I'm not going to see the sun. I'm going to nip back for half an hour more in bed before work. Listen. Today is May the 7th and it's International Dawn Chorus Day. It's very foggy and very kind of wet in the air. Let's go find sunrise. So it's 5:20 in the morning and I'm at Southsea on the 8th of May. I've come here because I want to see if the sun is still visible rising from this position because it's moved around so much. I'm really surprised how many people are up and about. There's wild campers where they're still sleeping. There's a dog walker. Somebody just sat looking out at the sea, contemplating. It's quite a busy little dawn today, on the bank holiday Monday. He's got his waders on, he's going to be able to get round the corner when I can't. The sun's rising now behind that cloud, moved quite a way round, so this isn't the best spot now. I'm really appreciating the dawn chorus. It's like I get out here and there's this raucous party going on. I'm gate crashing. It's another worm day, a wet worm day. There's sunrise. The birds know of your arrival. I know of your arrival. It's the 10th of May, so it's going to be rising behind those buildings there. One of the really special things about the beach at Southsea is that we've got so many plants growing on the beach. We've got lots of sea kale and got ragwort here. Even though the cloud at the bottom there looks quite light, there's nothing showing through and the sun is rising. I've actually been awake since 3 today. My mind started thinking about inequalities in the world. There's such a disparity of too little or too much, a sense of not enough or a sense of overload. It's like we're always struggling between these. I suppose getting up for the dawn, for the sunrise, standing on a shore, looking at the sky, it takes me down to that level of looking at things, of just looking at what we share as human beings on the earth, what I share with anybody else on the planet, just standing as an animal on the earth, looking out at the sky, whatever the conditions of our lives. We share that experience and I feel that connection, just as I feel a connection with people throughout history who have just stood on a shoreline, looking at the waves, looking at the sky. There's so many layers of difficulties we place on that baseline level of simple sharing. It's the 11th of May and I'm loving the golds in the sky today. Still quite a few dog walkers around for 5:15 in the morning, I'm surprised. I don't feel very alone in the mornings yet. Got a lovely half moon up there. I'm sharing this with at least 3 other people I can see sat on benches watching the show. I enjoy seeing other people appreciating this too. Not everyone's in bed missing it. It's good. Someone's got a drone. I bet that's getting some beautiful shots. Making me a bit jealous of my technology here. I'm making a little time lapse with my GoPro. I find myself juggling phone and cameras to try and get the best picture. And I've tracked down the people with the drone, had a great chat. It's the 12th of May. I'm surprised how many people are out and about. There's dog walkers, there's joggers, there's photographers. It's a lively little time as we move into summer. It's amazing how bright it is in the dawn when it's a clear sky. When I came out my door, it was just like middle of the day. It is just the moment of sunrise now. A dog walker just walked by and said, "Oh, you'll be waiting a long time for it to come up today." It's the 13th of May at Ferry Road. Very windy, so we're shaking about a bit here. Deep red in the clouds. The sun's rising and it's just making the edge of the clouds bright. The red has disappeared quite quickly and the thicker cloud has come in. So yeah, we're not going to catch it this morning after all. I love seeing the way it shimmers through the cracks in the clouds. The main challenge now in the mornings is not actually the mornings. It's the night before. It's getting to bed early, 8:30, 9 every night when it's still quite light. Still light at 8:30. It doesn't feel right going to bed. Here's sunrise on the 14th of May. So still this morning. Not a single movement out there apart from the birds. Yeah, the real challenge for me now is not the early mornings. Well, that is a challenge, but it's the evenings. It's having to shut down and start getting to bed at 8:30, 9, which means missing out on things, missing out on social things. But if I'm going to sustain this throughout the summer, I'm just going to have to get the willpower to say no to things at night. And I've got no sympathy for many of my friends now. They just say, well, stop doing it. It's self-imposed punishment for something. But no, yeah, I guess I'm just stubborn like that. I'm not going to give in. Partly because I guess I must be getting some value from it. Sometimes I question that. What is the value I'm getting from this? But when I'm out, when I'm here, every time there's something about being out in the early morning. What I don't like, what makes me question it, is later on when I'm really tired. I couldn't do it forever, but I'm going to see it through this year to the best of my ability. I'm not going to chuck it in yet. It's my expedition, which has different needs to if I was going off trekking in the Antarctic. Yeah, I can't really compare that, obviously, but it is an adventure of a different kind. Good morning on the 15th of May at Milton Common. I love coming here because it's just a 12-minute bike ride. Even though I didn't get much sleep last night, I was quite excited still on my bike ride here. It's a really nice morning. There's no amazing sunrise to see, but it's just, some mornings just have a lovely feel about them. It's quite strange. It's almost like there's an atmospheric difference on some mornings that just feel quite relaxing, peaceful, exhilarating, all of those things mixed up in one, just to be out. It's a really good start to the day. Hello, are you a sunriser as well?
Yeah.
You are, aren't you? Get too close. Hello.
I'm generally known as Tim. I always come home, well, most times over for the sunrise itself. A bit early in the morning this time of the year, isn't it?
I bet you've seen some good ones as you've come here.
Yes, you need a nice haze to get the proper ones. I only use an iPhone because when the sun's high, it's too bright for me anyway. I always wear sunglasses, but
yeah, I've realised I've got to start wearing sunglasses now.
Yes, it is very.
Who's this?
That's Cinnamon, my granddaughter's dog.
Hello, Cinnamon. There we go. That's Cinnamon and the sunrise. So I'm back home and it's 6 o'clock and I'm thinking I should get to bed for an hour before work, but how can I sleep after being woken up by conversations, by an amazing sunrise, by birdsong? It just makes you feel like, okay, I'm up now. I have to slump later. It's the 17th of May. The invigilation season has started with the GCSEs and it's early mornings. Well, double early mornings. So I'm at Langstone Harbour today and it's really exciting because I'm meeting Mike. Mike! So what time do you have to get up this morning to get here?
So I left at about 25 to 5.
Well done.
Even though it's like a 13-minute trip, but I don't like to be late.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming, joining me. Yeah. So there's a lot of cloud this morning. I'm not sure if we're going to see it. It is the moment of sunrise now.
Well, there's maybe a gap in the clouds.
Mike's found a sunrise friend down here. So we've got an amazing sunrise after thinking we weren't going to see it because of the cloud.
Very impressive, well worth coming from California.
Great. We just need a little coffee bar here now, don't we, by the water's edge, and that would make it just perfect.
Yeah, should have bought a flask. Got a front row seat. Beautiful beginning to the 19th of May. It's May the 20th and I'm walking up Chalton Down. Oh, the cow parsley. Such a great viewpoint up here. I always love it up here. It's May the 21st and I'm at Farlington Marshes. The ground is a lot more dried out and beautiful blossom out on the trees. Not sure I've ever seen such pink, pretty hawthorn blossom. It's usually white. Some huge footprints down here and some tiny footprints. Here it comes. radiant red. It's May the 22nd, and I saw that it's the International Day for Biological Diversity. Feeling quite sad because I filmed a little fox cub a couple of weeks ago playing about, and I passed a fox cub that had very recently been hit on the road, lying dead on my way here, and so I was really, really sad. I didn't want to just leave it in the road to get further squashed, so I carried it to the side and wanted to give it some dignity and some honouring of its life. I dedicate this sunrise to foxes and to action for biodiversity across the world. It's going to be just that little sliver of it that we're going to see this morning between the thicker bits of cloud. And the sun has fully risen. It's the 23rd of May. My eyes are watering. It's too early. No, it's not too early. It's just right. It's so frustrating when I can't show you the actual colour of the sun because it all comes out white. So I'm going to try and show you the colour there. Only imagine that bright and radiant. That obviously doesn't have the light in it, but it has the colour. Wisps of gold just coming into the grey. Just wanted to show you that white ball is actually red, orangey red. Occasionally there's a sunrise that is just so utterly beyond words. It's the 25th of May, and I've figured out that I can go from being asleep in bed to getting out the door in 8 minutes. I'm not quite sure what it is I'm doing in that 8 minutes. I need to get that down, maybe get it down to 3 minutes. I need strategies. I've got a 10-hour work day today, so I'm not really looking forward to. There we are. I always say at times like this I'm not going to wait, and then I do. I end up waiting because I can see the edge of the clouds brightening and it's going to come soon. How can I go back to my bed when the show is about to begin? Here it comes. It's quite a cold wind blowing here on the 26th of May at Milton Lock. Here is a perfect viewing bench. Not sure why I haven't come here before. It's the other end of Milton Common. It's a strong wind this morning on the 27th of May, and the flowers are doing a wild dance as the sun rises behind the clouds. It's the 28th of May and I'm back at Milton Lock, and it just seems to be on a roll of amazing, stunning sunrises. There we are. I've been chatting and missing the sun rising.
It's got to see it, isn't it? It's not as if it's flowing.
Yeah, that would be easy to miss because it actually is so hazy. Yeah. It's the 29th of May, Milton Common, and a lovely chat with Tim and Cinnamon. Both of us getting frustrated with our cameras, not getting the sun because it was such difficult lighting this morning. Got to get home now for an hour's sleep before a camp tonight in New Forest. So sunrise tomorrow morning would be from the New Forest for my 150th sunrise in a row. So it's 4:30, just got up, camping in the New Forest. When I got out, the dawn chorus was really loud. We're in no man's land and we're going to walk up to Piper's Waite, which is the highest point in the New Forest. The eastern sky is starting to get bright and Steve is here with me, but he's still in his bed. Ah, there's movement. There's movement.
Morning.
There he is. Morning.
Morning.
Come on, I'm ready.
Coming.
Steve's being a hero, carrying Pip this morning as her breathing is really bad.
Poor Pip.
Pip's really shivering, it's quite chilly out here. Hey, it's okay. We're up on Piper's Waite and we think we found the perfect spot there.
Hello.
Imagine a world where we all belong, where no one's left out, dressed in our finest, walking the walk.
We've got to the last day of May, May the 31st, and I'm celebrating at Milton Lock, and my friend Grace is here from Portugal. Hi Grace! A lot of cloud closing the month of May. What a month it's been a good month. And tomorrow begins the month of June with the earliest sunrises of the year. Looking forward to it.
Imagine what we could do. Happy days be our guests, happy days manifest.